Right after it is what it is, tune in for Talk with Fleet. My man Cinco South.
I was selling crack on a private jet up in the heliback. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello y'all, welcome back. Get murder here, counting money. He said can't be in the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome at some more jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white figures. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah, I don't like niggas. What's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. Now I'm looking to say take flight.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code MACE, CAM, or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Tristan Crick, filling in for Treasure Wilson, along with your hosts, Mason Camp.
What's up?
Oh, man.
What's good?
I am so happy to be here out of the rain and good weather.
Yo, we missed you, man.
I miss you guys.
That's what's up, man. You had to take care of everything. Took a little longer than we thought, but you know you was coming back in the fall, man. You got some bars right now?
Not right this second.
I'll probably put on the spot, man. See if she's nice like that.
What
I'm not nice.
nationality are you?
Oh, I
I wanted to ask you that.
I'm Eastern European, Lithuanian, Polish, little Irish, some other Indian, something like that.
Oh, we good.
Well, why, how you know you're Eastern European and not Western?
Well, they say it's like part of the globe.
Okay. Well, you know, just fuck with the niggas, though. Fuck with the niggas, man. She's one of my niggas. You know what I realized, and not just like my homegirl Utah and Nick. Speaking of Nick. And they feel good when we say something like that. They say, yo, you make me feel good, man.
We can't really say anything back. They were just like,
It's acceptance. It's what you say.
You're right.
Like, yo, man, you say that, I feel accepted, man.
Yeah.
and how was your driving? It was good.
Yeah, man, they pulled me over. I told them the avocado.
Avocado, that's an ice cream drink.
No, how you say lawyer in Spanish?
Avocado.
You got it.
Yeah, I told him avocado, man. Avocado. He said, oh, let him go.
Yeah, man, you know what it is when you got to play for cars and just look fast.
Yeah.
What kind of car were you driving?
I can't say it on
It
air.
was something like exotic.
The pocket watches. Silver.
Yeah, those Subarus go fast. There's a lot of Subarus in Portland. I tell you what, they go from 0 to 60 fast.
Yeah. Got to watch the pocket watch.
Yeah. You ever have that happen to you, Cam? Just people pulling you over for no reason?
Yeah. See, Mason's more than right now. I'm talking about like we're in like a place where you're supposed to have that car. Sometimes I'm in places with them type of cars we're supposed to be there, and then they jealous. And, yeah, Officer Rizzo, I don't know if y'all still working with him. Officer Rizzo is still fucking nigga. Pulling me over, taking my car, nigga charging me. I had a steak knife. I think it was Peter Lucas. Where the fuck was Peter Lucas farmer, nigga? I'm thinking about Peter Lucas. I'm like, I don't remember. Few of them restaurants want to be real steak knives.
Yeah.
I had a real steak knife and sell weapon. Niggas be reaching, bro. Like, yeah, not recently in knock on wood. I remember somebody on my ID, they talking about, they locked me on one time for arson. I said, come on, I'm out here committing arson. It's crazy in Queens.
What were you burning? What did they think you were burning?
I'm just on fire.
Just on fire. You.
I don't know what facility they put out. I have no idea. But New York cops in New York pretty dirty, man. Or they used to be. I haven't done that in a while. Now lately in New York, I got to drive.
That's the way. We got to talk about All-Star Weekend for context. So Adam Silver, I think it was 2 off seasons ago, said we got to get back to basketball. Like all these gimmicks, we have to get back to the type of games that we want to see. So we got Kevin Hart roasting guys during the All-Star game. We had Chris Paul and Wemby disqualified from the skills challenge. We had a full funeral for TNT guys in the middle of the All-Star game. We had a G-Leaguer, 3-time dunk champion, getting everybody excited. Mr. Beast had like a giveaway in the middle of it. It was a lot of gimmicks. It was a lot of bells and whistles. 35 minutes of basketball on Sunday for a 3-hour broadcast. So overall, Mace, what did you think of All-Star Weekend?
Oh, man. All-Star Weekend. When I think of All-Star Weekend, I think it was just like it was just a horrible show, you know. It just looked like they were reaching, you know. When you're naturally cool, you can tell when somebody's reaching. You can, and that's what it looked like. Everything that they did looked like they were trying to find a solution to something they lost, and they got to go back to where they lost it. They got to go right back to just East versus West, and stop letting people play that's not supposed to be playing. I remember a time when people, you know, wanted to play in the game, people who, you know, desired to make All-Star, and now it's like, I think they're just getting paid too much, and it's just Adam Silver, to me, no disrespect to Adam Silver, but it feels like just when you got a substitute teacher, and the substitute teacher got to do everything to get the kids to go along with what's going on, because they would not be doing this with David Stern. None of this would be happening with David Stern. Now, I hate to sound like a person that's in the past, but he got to go talk. He got to go talk to some of the forefathers of basketball, because they're trying everything, and they're going to come up with more gimmicks. But it really just goes back to just having all-stars on the floor. Really all-stars. And I just think it was just all over the place. I mean, it's going to be a cookie drive before you know it. They're going to be selling, you know, candy on the court. It's just becoming ridiculous.
What'd you think, Kevin?
Players put this on themselves, my personal opinion. It came to this because nobody has been performing during All-Star Weekend. And I'm not knocking down Adam Silver. I didn't like him. I'm not disagreeing. It's like a little bit. But it's like, what else can we do to get these niggas to play? It isn't like he just came up with this format because everything was going great. Like, wow, everything's going great. Let's just come up with a format for 40 and see who wins. It's because players are not playing, and there's so many different layers to happen all weekend. I'll start with Sunday, and I watched a lot of what Draymond Green was saying. Also, when he was up there with the TNT cast, I love a lot of those takes that he had on Sunday. One of his takes was actually saying that you have an all-star game with people who didn't make the all-star team. When you got the skills, the younger, the sophomores and rookies are part of the actual all-star game, then how am I working the first half of the season to make the all-star game, and you got people who didn't make the all-star game in the all-star game? So that was one, but at the same time, to me, that's why I'm conflicted about it, because that's what made them play actually. They didn't want to lose to the rising stars. You sit there, you see James Harden playing defense, you see Kyrie picking up niggas 94. You see niggas actually playing different, because that would have been completely embarrassing if they lost to the rising stars. So it did get niggas to play a little more, but at the end of the day, it's like Trisha said, 35 minutes for 3 hours. Whenever I thought that they were getting momentum, something happened. let's shoot it from half court with Damian Lillard to give somebody a charity $100,000. That's saying the charity didn't deserve it. But you do this in between games, which takes 10 minutes. Then you get commercials and everything else involved. So the players are played, they're ready to play again, and then you have about 15, 20 minutes. Then, like Trish also said, you're in the middle of your playing again. Then you, of course, everything I'm saying should have happened. I just didn't think it happened at appropriate times. You're giving the TNT guys, Kenny, Shaq, Chuck, only their flowers in the middle of the game. So after that, I seen that, and I seen the momentum or like slack because I was like, damn, they sluggish now, they're not warmed up. They were doing pretty okay because they were in a ripper, but then you're taking them out of ripper for 15, 20 minutes at a time. I don't like the format, but I will say that it seemed like they did get players to play harder than they've been playing previously. Then you look at the next thing. Each player that wins gets $125,000. Some of these players are making $400,000 a game. This is not real money. It's not. So you're not going to incentivize them by the money because they're making that first quarter of the regular game when they go out and play a game. That's first and foremost. Secondly, we have to figure out what's going to make them play. I've been saying this for 2-3 years that we need to have, and it's not just Europe at this point. This is the new format. If you really want to see the players play. The format, I'm not mad at this 14 format, and I'm not mad at if you go back to East-West, whatever. But obviously, that hasn't been working for a long time. If you really want to see players play, what you do is you get 2 American All-Star teams. You say seven people from on each team from America, or 8. And then you get a Canadian team. And then you get a European team. It's 63 players in the NBA from Europe. It's 21 players or 23 players in the NBA from Canada. You think that they don't want to bust the United States ass? You don't think that they would want to play? You don't think the United States would play? I know Europe and Canada would definitely play super duper hard. And the only reason that I think that this format hasn't happened yet is because Adam Silver is trying to protect the NBA, as far as not saying NBA because we got players from all around the world, but trying to protect America to still think that we have a chokehold on basketball, which I don't think we have a chokehold on. So I think that's the only reason that this format has not gone on yet, because it makes no sense for it not to go on. You want to see competition? You think them Euro niggas ain't coming up on some American niggas? You think the Canadians are not going to have a point to prove? Do it like that. You do the countries. I know that Canada is part of North America, but at the end of the day, those are the two. Even though Europe's a continent, you have that Europe and you have Canada, and you put 2 American teams against Canada and Europe. And then don't get me wrong, if it's somebody who's well deserving of it from Australia or anywhere else that needs to be a part of it, we'll figure it out. But put the United States up against niggas and then see who really plays. And I bet you it'll be some really stiff pause competition. We actually see LeBron say he's not playing 38 seconds before the game starts. The nigga took LeBron said, I'm good. But if you look last week or the week before last, they asked him about the new format, and he said he didn't like it. He was totally disgusted with it. He's not with it. He's like, I'm not with it. I don't like it a little bit. And just mysteriously, 30, I'm exaggerating with the seconds, but an hour or 2 before the game, he says he's not playing. Now, he's LeBron. I dig it. He said, I don't like the format. I'm going to show up. I'm going to be here. Whatever. Only thing I disagree with LeBron is that you should have gave them more time for somebody to fill the roster spot. Because a lot of people would love that roster spot. Greek Freak, let people know in advance. I forget who was hurt because Kyrie Irving wasn't supposed to be an All-Star game. Trae Young and Kyrie Irving actually filled in for the Greek Freak and Anthony Davis, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But he could have given somebody else that slack because he knew he wasn't going to play last week when he said he ain't like the format. And I dig it. He's LeBron, but at least let somebody else get that spot. Overall, the weekend, I wasn't impressed. I'm not happy about it. We sit there saying we got more competition. We did, but by how much? 7%? 8%? It wasn't a high percentage more competition. So they do need to figure it out. and figure out what's going to be better. I'm totally disgusted with the whole weekend. I thought it was. I have to be honest with you. I didn't even watch the skill shit. I thought the nigga in the dunk contest, and that's another thing. You brought the dunk contest. We're at that point where we're getting a nigga who played 5 total NBA games, winning 3 dunk contests. He won 3 dunk contests, but only played 5 NBA games. What are we doing? What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? So he's almost won as many dunk contests as games he played in the NBA. It's wild. It's actually pretty wild. You know, you got people like Ja Morant saying, "Oh, after seeing Mac, I want to join Rihanna. Said if you do it, I'll do it." They all say this right after the dunk contest. And then when this time comes again next year, they all forget that they said it. I don't know. I don't know what to do to fix it. And I get it that people are blaming Adam Silver, but Adam Silver just didn't come up with this like shit was already working. He's just trying to figure out shit to try and get NBA players to play against each other during this All-Star weekend. And he's running out of options. And the only option is to get these countries and continents against America if you want to see some real competition, my opinion.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of other like proposed solutions that have come out since the All-Star weekend, which we can talk about later on in the show. I did think it was weird that we have guys like Victor Wembanyama, and he got to play with 9 minutes. That's it, right? He played in the first game, lost against, I think, Kenny's team, or whoever he was playing against, and we never saw him again, right? And I don't think, and this kind of begs the question too, you have Kevin Hart treating the All-Star game like the Tom Brady post. You're literally heckling Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he's like, yo, fuck you. I don't want you telling me how whack I am in the middle of this game. I'm the MVP. And he's over here like taking photos, taking people's heads off in the like photo shoot. It just didn't feel serious. Like the things that felt silly to me, like for example, the skills challenge where you have Wemby and Chris Paul literally cheating. Trying to figure out the rules, trying to figure out, okay, how fast can we complete this? And then they get disqualified. That's a silly thing. That's like a low-key, hilarious thing. But they're treating that like it's a state secret. You can't interview them after the game. You can't figure out, hey, what was your strategy? Who came up with this idea? No. Shut that down. But the stuff that's supposed to be serious, the game, we've got Kevin Hart heckling guys. We got guys giving fishing poles to Kenny and all of them in the middle of it. So yeah, it's really sad as well. And I kind of wanted to get Mace your thoughts on the dunk contest, because that's kind of like a separate thing as well. I know Cam doesn't think it's going to happen, but do you think? Okay, let's just say hypothetically, Ja, Giannis, and Edwards participate in the dunk contest, and we get it back to where it was in, say, the 90s, early 2000s. Does that reinvigorate it for you? Does that give it juice?
Really, if you add Ja and you add Anthony Edwards, I think you have a better dunk contest. But at this point, I don't know if there's any other dunks that somebody can do. People really gotta get really creative, because at this point, all the dunks have been done before. It's not like people are coming up with new ideas. They're coming up with the same things, but I think it'll take somebody like Ja or somebody like Ant-Man to really push the envelope in that way, to have that kind of explosive athleticism with a creative mind. But even when we was talking about the All-Star game, I think if they give the money to baby moms, if the money have to go to baby moms, you get a better game. I forgot about that. That's what I really wanted to say. You talk about lighting a fire under the players. I don't ask you for nothing all year. Go win this game.
So what about if they did? I like your format, but what if they did winner take all? The losers don't get nothing.
The losers don't get nothing.
Oh, I thought you said. Okay, my bad. I thought it was the losers get. I thought
but if they give the money to the baby mothers, that changes everything. That changes the whole.
I thought it was the winners get like 125 and the losers get 75. That's how it is in the Pro Bowl, right?
Right. What if it's a baby mama you don't like? Like, why would you compete hard for her?
But it's people that's going to be playing for theirs.
Okay. If you
If
have paid
you
back
don't-
that
just
loan,
imagine you don't have to pay no child support. If this money right here could take care of that, you're going to get it out of the way for the whole year.
for the whole year. What about? I know Cam talked about the LeBron thing. LeBron ended up sort of backing out. He said 32 seconds before the game. And Edwards somehow mysteriously didn't play in the game. We don't know why. He's fine. He's going to play for the Timberwolves as soon as the All-Star break comes to an end. What did you think about that? Was that weird to you that LeBron was in street clothes, getting announced as an All-Star? Should he have backed out earlier? What did you think?
At this point, my take is that LeBron is bigger than the game. He's bigger than LeBron Paul. He's bigger than the program. And I don't care what nobody says. He pulls out all the stops. He go to teams that he want to go to. If he don't want to play that day, if he don't want you on the team, if you're the first draft pick, listen, it doesn't matter you're the first pick. We'll send you to Liberia if I like. Pause. That's just what it means to be, king, I guess, of the NBA. But he definitely earned that status. But I would have liked to see him say, earlier that I'm not playing. So who would have played in this place? It's probably somebody that really wanted to suit up.
Probably like LaMelo. LaMelo. He wanted to play.
We would have wanted to see that.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing I think about the All-Star games. We don't really even know what it's for anymore. Is it to give accolades to the best players in the NBA? Is it the most entertaining players? Because unethical basketball is what is awesome for All-Star games, right? The Cam Thomases, the Trae Youngs.
I think that's what messed the All-Star game up, when it became just about the votes, right? And somebody who's not that good, but they're from Liberia, got everybody from Liberia voting for them, put them in the All-Star game. It used to be, the best players, and that's when you get the best game. But I don't think the NBA today is producing the players that love the game. I think that's the real root of the problem. You're not playing against players that love the game. You're playing against highly skilled players. But they don't have that inner workings that make them want to be better than the next player. I hate to go back in the days, but there was a different pedigree of athlete that even if I didn't have the talent you had, I had the heart or the will to want to compete. I don't see the will to want to compete. Like, it's just if I make a certain amount of money, I'm good. And that's the attitude all over the place.
You think players in this era don't love the game?
No.
Yeah.
I just think that. See, you gotta think about this, right? Is the salary that they get. Seriously, like the salary is crazy, and I always bring this, and I can use a million examples, but I always bring this Michael Jordan stat up that he made $111 million throughout his career, and the majority of that was on the last 3 years of his contract because he's doing one-off deals with the Bulls. You gotta think during these dunk contests in the 80s and 90s. They split where they need that 50,000.
Yeah.
They wanted the extra 25, 50, whatever it was. They needed that. They don't need the money that they're offering these players right now. Like they don't need it, so it's not incentivized to go get it. A lot of niggas are money incentivized, and these niggas are getting shitload of money to where they like it doesn't make sense for me to do it. So Mason's right. It's not about the love. It's about I got paid, and then when I'm gonna do it $1.25, I'm gonna make that before halftime. My next game. Then the next thing is you see them playing gingerly. We was talking about this me and Bezo's house earlier. To where the last 6-7 years you see them playing like it's no defense, it's nothing. But then you don't want to risk injury either. You don't want to sit there and get hurt in All-Star, and then you don't be able to play the second half of the season. Then niggas like, oh, why you playing? You can't win out here. You know what I'm saying? You can't win. They'll be like, oh, he shouldn't have been doing this. He shouldn't have been doing that. They didn't care about that. When you go sit there and watch Kobe Bryant play an All-Star game, took no minutes off. Defense or offense, it didn't matter. But I think a lot of things at that era was money incentivized because everybody needed that little extra change to where they don't need it anymore. If you sit there talking about a dunk contest, right? And I know that a lot of things are based on creativity and everything else. And I'm not saying this is a lot of money for these players. But you sit there and say, look, we'll give $2 million to the dunk contest winner, and we want Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant, and Zion. I don't care about the B League, G League.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and you sit there and say, because I'm not saying $2 million is a lot. I mean, a little bit, but to them it probably is. Niggas getting $100 million, $200 million sneaker deals. Forget the NBA deals. They get 9-digit sneaker deals. But at least it gives some incentive. Because like Mace was saying, you can sit there even if it ain't the baby mom, you're like your mom, yeah, you take the dunk contest. Or your little brother. Or your cousin. Or whoever. Somebody else in your family can use it. You understand? So I think those are the names that you want to hear when you hear something like a dunk contest. And you got to raise that price. The price is not going to get them to do it.
You mentioned, Cam, just like players saying, oh, I don't really want to get injured for the All-Star game. And I think that's a super valid point because you look at LeBron and you say, well, they're in the 5th seed right now. They're half a game out of the 4th seed. And they just acquired Luka, one of the most blockbuster shocking trades we've ever seen, probably in the history of the game. This might be their only tiny window. So when you think about the context, and I guess I'll ask you first, Nate, if you think about the context of the Lakers as a whole, does it make more sense knowing where the Lakers are at, and the trade they just made, and maybe the window that LeBron has left in his career that he would sit out, even if, considering he's played in 21 All-Star games?
Yeah. I think the All-Star game helps players. I think it rejuvenates players because there's a certain energy that you take from these type of games into the second half of the season. Let's say there's somebody that wasn't playing well in the first half of the season. Let's say they turn up in the All-Star weekend. They come back to their team believing that they should compete like that for the rest of the season. And that ends up going into the All-Star, after the All-Star weekend, into the second half of the season, as well as the playoffs. We've seen that time and time again, where somebody catch fire in an All-Star weekend or do well on All-Star weekend, and the entire season is totally different after that All-Star weekend. You'll hear people say that, well, we'll see after the All-Star break, because people understand that from that point on, everybody switch gears. So let's say I'm sitting out and I'm waiting for the second half. I don't think resting is a great thing for players as they get older, because the more you start resting, the more you need that rest. That's just my vantage point. When you got young players and they're playing through all of these times, if you got to think about getting hurt, I got to wonder, were you really prepared for the season? So I just come up with a different school of thought.
Yeah, we was talking about it because it wasn't necessarily the All-Star. We was talking about when Paul George got hurt in that preliminary Olympic thing, and you actually seen the players walk off the court and not go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And they was like, they stopped the game, looked at Paul George, when no games condones. KD just walked out off the court. Couple niggas don't stop it. Then niggas was like, I'm cool on the Olympics because it's great having a gold medal and winning for your country, but your bread and butter and your money and your bottom line is in the NBA. So Paul George was lucky enough to have an 85% insurance on his contract. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about that, because if you, let's just use round numbers. Let's say you got $100 million contract. You get 85% of it, so you get $85 million. But luckily, and thank God, you know, as much as we fuck with Paul George, it's a blessing for him to still be playing basketball.
Yeah.
After that, like he likes that Sean Livingston, Gordon Hayward. When we see injuries like that, I see people come back. I give them much props, man. As much as you not go with Paul George, for you to even be playing, you get a lot of props from you. Just cut the goat shit out. You be Indiana legend, not Reggie Miller. but you one of them niggas.
Indiana George.
Yeah, Indiana George.
Gee, wrong with that.
Yeah. So I like that. And what I was going to say is this: is that I think a lot of players would not even show up to All-Star if it wasn't part of the contract. Their contractually binding in your contract. If you go to the All-Star, if you're nominated to go to the All-Star game and bearing injury, you have to go to the All-Star game. I think mad of them niggas would take the weekend off and not even go. My personal opinion, I think they'd be like, man, I'm cool. Tell niggas I got the flu. But you gotta go. You gotta prove that you're injured or sick or whatever. That's why you see the players who can't even play there most of the time, unless it's an injury to where they can't even charge you. They're contractually binded to be there. To me, the way these niggas act, and these niggas wouldn't even come to the weekend. My point of view.
Yeah, and you're seeing NBA players show up Sunday morning. They don't even want to be there for the festivities.
That's the point. You know, you sit there and think about NBA All-Star murder. When we see Shaq at the camcorder going crazy when niggas is dunking. And
putting up 11 and
all that. You know what I'm saying? That's gone. That's gone. And to be honest, you can get competition to play, but that feeling is not coming back. Because we're not going towards that as the NBA, as a country, as nothing, because of social media, people branding themselves. They have their own outlets. They don't have to feel they have to comply to old media. They don't need it. So as a country, we're not going that way. So when niggas be like, not you, mother, I'm just saying, I watch a bunch of different shit. Need to go back to East and West. It's like, you could. But as these kids' moms, exactly, their mom ain't here. As much as we want to see it, you got to think about this as well. And like you and Tristan finish up on this. You got to think about this, and that's why I love the age of them. You know what I'm saying? To still be Louis, to still be in the mix, but still be old enough to not panic if my phone is under 50%. You know, I see kids go crazy. Oh my God, yeah, it's 50%, 40%. Yeah, like fucking bugging. I'm like, you got a whole 49%. How are you looking for the outlet to shit is on the 1%?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, I'm being honest. Like, yo, because you know what? I lived without a phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you know, like I said, I do a lot of stand-up. Not do a lot, but I watch a lot of stand-up. And I remember Chris Rock saying one time his parents lasted so long, they was married over 50 years because his mother could not get in touch with his father for 12 hours because he was at work. Can't call work. Can't beep him. There was no beepers. You can't call him on the cell phone. That made sure you was happy when he got home. Niggas texting you. Oh, what are you doing? I'm at work, bitch. All day, you just keep hitting my phone. Just relax. I'm getting back to you. But I don't think these kids are in that mindset. Like I said, I don't mean to say old when I was about to say is that actually me and Murder been around to see niggas have the passion. And see, and that's why we want it so bad, because we see it.
Yeah, on the tip off, the ball about to go up, pause, you see niggas like, yeah, let's go.
He's was talking about it, we were saying, niggas used to stop what they was doing to go home for All-Star Weekend. But see, what happens is this murder, and this is why sometimes, and this is why I love that we have this show and this outlet so we can be ourselves and be the regular niggas we are. But it's like this, you gotta sit there and think about when you're fucking 9 to 10 years old and you're enjoying Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan, and your uncle busts out and says, nigga, Jimmy Lou wasn't doing that with the San Diego Celtics, nigga.
Hey, Gervin.
Yeah, now you sitting there like,
nothing but what Iceman did.
So you sitting there like this and then,
Iceman.
so then sometimes when we be taking these takes, I be like, damn, I hate to do this because we're sounding like the niggas we didn't want to hear.
Bill Russell.
Yeah, all them niggas. Bill Russell got 11. He was coaching 2 of the times. He won 11. And sometimes I be like, damn, I hate to do it, but I cannot say I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? What happens is when you don't see it, you be like, whatever, I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't care. Then these kids didn't really see it. So I hate sometimes I have to do this, but it's just annoying.
And the good thing about our day, though, we have people present that respected the people from before. I think the problem now is that you have people present that try to erase the memories of people who went before, and that's where the passion is getting lost because you're losing legacy. You know what I'm saying? And the way that people are commentating and the way that they're being analysts, we're losing legacy. So the blueprint that they should be coming up with, they're not coming up with because you're raising them up with lies, telling them that bad is good. Like this is okay because you make this amount. Instead, like, bro, you're really like an average player at best, but you make superstar money. You know, so that's really what's got the players jaded. Because a lot of people that are making 20 million, right? They wouldn't make a team.
Right.
Nowadays. So that's why when you hear people like the one day me and you was talking, you was like, I would have 16 right now. Right? And people was laughing, but it's the quality of the player and the quality of the athlete. And right now, people are just telling them what they want to hear. Instead, they're looking at the All-Star game like a company party. Like a company party.
That's a Christmas party.
Like, do I have to go?
Exactly.
Some people are showing up for their job just to say hi to the boss, but they don't really want to be there.
Yeah, Trish just made a good point. Niggas is showing up 3-4 hours before the game. Like we just said, niggas was coming all weekend to see everything.
Watching everything. And if you could shoot, you was in the 3-point contest, you wouldn't dare miss it. If you were a dunker or at least a little bit athletic, you know you were supposed to be in that All-Star, the dunk contest. You almost felt slighted, like, people don't think I can dunk like that? Why am I not in this dunk contest?
Yeah, because everybody could make it, and there was a lot of people trying, so you're right, to be in the dunk contest.
Yeah, like you just didn't get picked. Like, we're going to take this one, that one out. It's like, nah, bro, we're not putting you in the dunk contest.
And as a spectator, too, I was in San Francisco this weekend. I was at an event inside a Chase Center, not inside the arena, but like in one of the steakhouses. And I'm like, oh, the dunk contest is about to start. Andre Jackson, Mac McClung the third time around, or like a bunch of like great food, great drinks, like the vibe is amazing. Like I don't want to go outside and walk through this entrance and go into the arena and deal with some bullshit. I'm just gonna sit it out. I'll kind of just watch it on the screen without audio, and that's as a fan, as a media member, as somebody who grew up with the NBA. To like skip the All-Star game, we have a free ticket to the event, the Saturday night event, and it's like, no.
Exactly.
That's real bad.
Right. To add on to that, the cameras couldn't even hide the empty seats that was in there. I was like, yo, they catching that? If I was the NBA and the camera people and the commissioners, because you're supposed to disguise it. You got to zoom in and do it. I've seen too many empty seats too many times during that broadcast.
Well, we got to get this break. When we return, there's one more solution that the women's game might have actually spurred. Let's talk about that. Is that the solution to All-Star Weekend when we come back after break?
There's the 3 p.m. with Sachi, and that's just rearrange my calendar. You are an hour late. You're a bad girl.
Just be careful of your words.
Daddy, he loves you very much. We can start working on a family.
Okay, baby. Honey, you're kidding, right?
I was thinking maybe we're about to get started. Hi.
So you're showing the house?
Well, is he cute? He's a handsome man, yes.
Everything.
Look out. Cougar in the
You never know who you're lying.
Get this slut out of here.
You don't like it, go back to my mind. You're her husband.
What if I can change that? You can see, I think that's not insect all over your face. Right.
Hey.
If I want something, I go for it. No matter what it is.
This is crazy.
You trust me? Don't worry, honey.
Oh, I'm looking somewhere else. You don't know me like you think you do.
Welcome back. It's time to go over our underdog picks of the day. Second half of the NBA season is just right around the corner. Looks like Joel Embiid is going to be on the court, I think. This Thursday against the defending champs, the Boston Celtics. Underdog has his points prop set at 26.5. He has hit that 3 of the last 4 times that he's played. Mace higher or lower against the defending champs.
You gotta watch Underdog, man. Because Underdog, he might not play the whole game. This is a tricky one right here. JoJo. Oh, man. He's capable of getting more points than that. I'm going pause.
I'm absolutely going low. I've been killing. I've been listening. Code Cam is back. Code Cam is back. I've been killing with these tight joints. Niggas had Zion for 26. I said under. He's not playing. Right before the game, he ain't played. Y'all won. This is another one. Joel Embiid will fracture a toenail tomorrow. Before this game, he will not be playing. And if he does play, he's gonna get hurt before halftime. Lower. I don't know last time they played a full game. Thorough. Absolutely low.
This is another good one then, because LeBron James took a whole week off, but they're playing the Charlotte Hornets on Wednesday. Is that a load management game where he only plays 3 quarters, or is he feeling like that's a full 4-quarter game? His point prop is actually set at 23.5, which feels very low. Higher or lower, Cam?
I'm definitely going to go higher because this second half of the season, they're probably, like you said, just a half game and a half out of the 4th seed. And then between that 2 and 4, 5 seed, it's only a 3-game span.
Yeah, nobody say.
Yeah, you can sit there and go on a 3-game winning streak in the 2 seed Memphis Grizzlies or Denver comes 2 or 3, and before you know it, you're in second place. There's no days off for the rest of the season when you're in that tight of a race, unless you're really hurt. I'm gonna go high.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going high for LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron has to really turn it up if they want to have a good half stretch or good third stretch after the All-Star break. Let's talk about this solution that hasn't been talked about so far in the show. So Unrivaled, the women's 3-on-3 tournament that's in Miami, they spun off into a 1v1. Winner, Nafisa Collier won the whole thing, multiple time MVP. She ended up winning basically her full salary, $200,000 is how much she won. I know, they don't make that much money in the WNBA, I know. So now Adam Silver has come up with a 1v1 strategy for All-Star Weekend. 32 players maybe it's 24, $1 million to the winner. What do you guys think about that format, maybe over Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Do you think that will create buzz? And if it's not $1 million, how much do you think it would take for them to actually compete?
Man, this is interesting because when you think of the one-on-one game, again, we're just talking $1 million. When you're dealing with people that money is not enough to really get a reaction out of them, I don't know if that will make them play better on All-Star Weekend, because when you think about it, some of the best one-on-one players are probably not even the people we think about. Back in the days, they used to say, what's his name was the best from the left-handed guy from, I'm forgetting his name. From Baltimore.
You made me think about Curry Go.
Yeah, it was a lot of nice. Yeah, a lot of nice. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people that were super nice that never made it.
Kill?
No, he's left-handed. He played the 3. He went to Kansas State. He was right after, or right before Kevin Durant. man. Michael Beasley. There was a lot of people that couldn't beat Michael Beasley one-on-one. But he was never the man on the team, right? So even today, you'll see somebody like Cam Reddish, that we just dropped the ball half court, that people can't beat him one-on-one. But then you put him in the system, and people say he's not that good. And it's not that he's not that good. Everything is ran through somebody else already. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you get somebody like Cam Reddish or one of them people win the whole weekend, then it looks. I don't think that helps the NBA. If you got somebody win the one-on-one that nobody thinks is like that, I don't think that's a good help.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because if you get Cam Reddish beating LeBron at the end, it's not going to be good.
It actually would damage the brand.
It actually would damage the brand. Because, like you said, you sit there, you think about this, and I know you got to play defense too, but this thing, my nigga, Carmelo would always win that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It depends on who's playing. And if niggas still take it, it's not about, you can come up with Adam Silver, NBA, whatever, with all these gimmicks you want. If niggas' heart is not in it, it's not gonna matter. I can see somebody getting crossed over, and then niggas like, ha ha ha, go. And niggas not gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, let's go. Like, you ever see, it's a play, y'all Google. That nigga T-Mac did some wild shit to Kobe and made Kobe slip and fall. It's a real game for him.
Yeah. Kobe got
so mad, took the ball, went down on the next play, and dunked on old team and smacked the glass where I thought he was going to break the glass. If that's not your, that's a nigga who want to get back. You can't get crossed over and shit to be like, oh, that was a good one. I don't think nothing that you niggas is doing is going to change the mentality of the player outside of playing, getting niggas from other country, because niggas from the other country want to be America. Like what? I don't understand why I spit trivia. Only thing I can put to this is, like I said, we don't want to look like we lost the chokehold as Americans on basketball. Adam Silver, you can do 1-on-1, 3-on-3, 5-on-5, 4 teams, 4 quarters, 40 points, 80 points. If niggas' mind state is not there, it doesn't matter what you come up with. Go ahead, listen. These niggas' cores will be drooling to be America. If you want to see niggas that want to play seriously, this would be a Olympic type shit for a weekend.
Well,
wait. I'm standing on the fact of give the money to the baby moms. Even if you give it to the mothers. Think about this. When we look at KD, right? KD said his mother is the real MVP. Look at the buckets he gets behind. I'm telling you, in order to bring greatness out of people, you got to get them to play for something bigger than themselves. No matter even, and I love Killer, if they make it about overseas, then that could damage the brand. You get what I'm saying? And let's say you make it the U.S. against Europe, and Europe blow them niggas out. Pause. Now what? We're going to take the NBA to Europe?
But this is exactly what I'm saying, brother. This is why they haven't done it yet. This is what I'm saying. They're scared of losing to other countries or other continents. This isn't, because this is not Chinese checkers. This would have been done. But at the end of the day, it's not damaging the brand, because you still got, they're still in the NBA, they're just not Americans in the NBA. Now what's going on to what you're talking about, we talked about this like 3 weeks ago. Europe started to lead over there with their shit. NBA said, no, the hell you not, we coming over here too. And then, I think we talked about like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we talked about it on the show, and we like, oh, niggas is like, nah, they ain't keeping niggas. We setting up shop over there too. So the NBA, to add on to your point, they're actually setting up like it's NBA Africa now. It's about to be NBA Europe already. They're already doing that. But to your point, I get what you're saying. You're saying that it's going to fuck the brand up. But it's kind of not fucking the brand up, because they're NBA players. What it is fucking the country up. You're fucking the whole country up. Because, trust me, like you said, on numerous occasions, these niggas want to go home when the season's over. So if they could sit there and play in Europe and make the same money that they made in the NBA, they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be here.
And people not gonna want to fly 10 hours to play a game.
Right. They would not be here if the Joker or what the fuck, let's just use Luka because he's about to get a super max.
He can get 400.
If he can get 400, he's not coming over here.
He liked the bed better over there.
Water over there, women over there, all of it.
So I do agree with you as far as messing the United States brand up.
Yeah.
But for the NBA, to me, it's a women. And what I'm thinking, to add on to your point, is if you do something like that, right? Adam Silver's, they trust me, we sit there and say Adam Silver's, not trying to talk about all of us because he's the commissioner. It's a team of niggas who come up with all this shit. He's just not in there pointing the fingers, hey, this is what we're going to do. I guarantee you, I've never done these meetings, I have no information about it. They say we can't do that, we do that and lose. It's fucked up because what's going to happen is Europe going to try to figure out, look, we got the best basketball players in the world. Let's get more sponsorship here and get more sponsors and keep these niggas home. Yeah. So to me, that's the only reason they haven't done it is because of what you just said.
Rachel Nichols talked to KD, I think James Harden, Kyrie, a bunch of other All-Stars. Oh, I think she's with HBO Max. Shout out to Rachel.
Yeah, she's on public access last time.
So she was at All-Star.
She said some racist shit, man. You know that, right? That's why she got canned. Oh, no, what's her name?
Oh, man.
They
like Rachel Nichols.
She got mad because you know what? It was just shit. Reverse racism. I forget what it was.
It was Malika Andrews finals in the bubble.
Finals in the bubble.
And she was on a hot mic. Well, they had one of those Zoom things, so they were.
Tristan,
yeah, so they had the Zoom situation. She thought she turned the Zoom off. And it was off. ESPN had it live recording the whole time. So she was talking to somebody on the phone. I think actually she was talking to one of LeBron's guys. Somebody who was on LeBron's team. He was like, yo, this is fucked up. They got Malika in the bubble over me. This is in my contract. It's just don't make me the loser because you guys have a bad racial strategy. Because you guys have a racist policy and now I'm the one.
Yeah, they basically said that the
I think it was actually Maria Taylor. My bad. Yeah.
Whoever was somebody black, but they basically like, yo, we gotta get some niggas in there, the diversity and all that. And she talked about it, then turned her mic off.
Yeah. Anyway, so she
wrote a book about it. Yeah, I mean, you got fired for it. Can't get double jeopardy.
Back to the one-on-one though. They all said that they would do it, right? Harden said, I would love to. Kyrie said, I'm not going to smoke. I'm the fire. KD said, yes, I want to do it. And Edwards said, yes, sign me up. Do you think, is that a lie? Because I feel like once you roll the ball out and it's mano-a-mano, it's a very different thing than a team atmosphere, right? Like there's an ego to it, there's a pride to it, there's that streetball component of when you played as a little kid, but you almost revert back to that. And you're going to get clowned if you get smoked. Like Breonna Stewart was a 1 seed in Unrivaled, and she got begged by Aaliyah Edwards, who's like only in her second year. 12-0. So do you think if they were, I know, like, so imagine like KD getting smoked 12-0, Cam Thomas. I feel like the ego or the pride of the player or maybe the fragility of not wanting to be clowned would allow that competitive juice to increase. What do you think?
Some people are not going to play. Watch this, see what I tell you. There's going to be some people you think should be playing that won't play. I think where all of this got to be stopped is in the low management. Like for real, they need to fine team the whole organization if somebody is doing this. It's just time for the cream to rise to the top. I like that kind of concept better, where you just let everybody play, and injuries is a part of the sport. No matter if it's football, soccer, hockey, basketball, injuries is a part of the sport. So that's why you want to be well conditioned. That's why you want to be in great shape. But all of this resting so you can be better in the postseason, that's really not competing. Competing is beating you on the same playing field that you're playing. Whenever you're allowing somebody to have an advantage with something they're strategically doing that's against what they're getting paid to do, it's kind of like cheating. You know. You get paid for 82 games, you should play 82 games. If I get to rest 30 games and then I show up, you know, on game 50 in the playoffs and now I'm looking energized, that's not the same as playing the same games as you and enforcing my will upon you to win a championship. That's totally different. But, you know, again, I stand where I stand.
What do you think, Cam?
It's time for the queen to rise to the top. It's crazy.
Hot mic.
He said, I love that one, bro.
He tried to throw you in the
They got us.
I'm good.
So we were talking about the fact that the 1v1 on the women's side was the same salary as their WNBA salary. Why do you guys think that won't work on the men's side?
Why I believe it'll work is for the fact that it's still not enough money. Today's NBA players love the NBA, but they don't love it how we love it. We love the game. They love it today for the money. So $1 million is not enough for men. If you're telling me women only make $200,000 a year, then that million, they're gonna come out and they're gonna play hard for that $1 million because it's not.
They went hard 200.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with the men. If they sign a contract for $300 million, $250 million, what money are you gonna put one that's gonna give
It would
them
be 10 million.
Let me ask you a question, B, that you brought that up. Do you think growing up that it was more about talking about, you know, playing ball in the 80s and 90s? Do you think that it was more about the money or wanting to prove that you were good and get into the next level?
I think it was more about proving to the next level. Even though when we was coming up, we really didn't talk about money pertaining to the NBA. It was more like, I want to get to the NBA so I can bust his ass. You understand? People you looked up to was like, okay, wait till I get to the NBA. I'm going to get at it. It wasn't really about the money. It was more about, like I said, the love of the game and the fame and what you could contribute to the game.
What do you think about that?
I think if we had NIL deals, I wouldn't have finished school.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with you a little bit. Let's be honest.
We almost didn't finish.
Yeah, we did. But the point being is, like we talked about this a couple months ago, mate. How many niggas at 13, 12, 13 years old, we see stop playing ball to sell drugs? And because they were making money, we see
they never returned to basketball.
We see them watching, I don't know, shout out to Navy Note and Marquis and the list of Yoda's brothers, Yoda. Yeah, man. It's a bunch of people who stopped because that's where the money was at. You know, they sit there and ask me like, yo, Cam, you think you know what that means? Look, in hindsight, being old and mature, I don't think I'll make NBA. You sit there and look at that, and you sit there and look at that 96 draft class. You be like, yo, that shit's tough. Tough, pretty tough. Draft class. You gotta think of Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, Marcus Camby, Allen Iverson. See, that's what made us think this stuff is. You like,
He's in there. Shout out to the Marbury.
Yeah, that was my mentality.
Maybe not drafted, but you know.
Yeah, Steph was fourth.
He was fourth,
I was about
bro.
to say lottery.
Right before Ray Allen.
Right, so, but the point being is this, right? So people ask me about this, and they'll be like, because I said to myself, I definitely could have won D1, not without question, maybe overseas a career. But what happened is this. Mace went to school, I don't know how he got out of school. I don't know what happened up there in purchase. I never asked, I didn't care. And then the next year I went to school and I got kicked out. And then when I left school, Mace was in the process of hanging out with Kuda. And in the process of almost getting a record, not almost, but took some time, maybe a year or so. And 19, 20 years old, supposed to be a sophomore, probably about to be a junior in college.
Yeah.
So when you sit there and you sit there and say, yo, because people didn't really understand. Like, I didn't talk to people a lot about it. Yo, I was hiding from niggas because I was so good. Niggas like, Ken, why you not in school? I'm like, oh, somebody's sick of the family. I have to come back. I'm really weird. Niggas going places because I didn't feel like hearing that. Yo, why you not in school? Why you not in school? And I'm like, we on a 123rd scheme and just chill out. Niggas don't want to hear that when you get there. They're like, yo, cut it out with the rap shit, man. You gotta stop. You need to go back to school. You too good. I remember I played in the tournament when I was like 19. I didn't do good. Niggas said, you too young to be falling on. I remember I do say that to me.
Man, stop me on the corner. He said, oh, you rapping, don't you? That's what you do.
They want you to hear. Yeah, bad boy, shout out bad boy. My nigga, get past
You gonna follow Big L.
And we not talking about the niggas on our block was harsh. Oh, fuck. See how that worked out.
They jumping off the cliff one after another.
That is rude. That is a rude nigga.
Came on with school, he said, I hope you don't get Cam following that.
Them niggas be brutally honest as they is. Ain't your man, dog. Your man, you tell him the truth. Niggas is rude, bro. But
and then blocked.
I used to sit over and be like, I can't believe I'm sitting in this shit. Niggas fire from shop. That was some wild shit.
You better make it over. You better make it.
3 layers of elephant skin to live over here, my
I was
man.
gonna say, how did that not affect you guys' confidence to keep going?
That makes you
Keep going.
Yeah, you better make it.
Better, yo, my nigga, because I be feeling bad for people who didn't make it out. And they still my friends, because you still gotta hear it.
Yeah.
These niggas we grew up with, not my name and no names, but you know, it's just my little bro, sugar nigga, younger than me. And these niggas look bad, they're not doing good. And you be like, yo, that was your man? And I be like, nah, he was like nigga. And I be like, but what kind of your man? He looked it's like you was hanging out with him. You like, yeah, I'm glad you ain't turned out like that, my nigga. Like, it's that type of bad guy that still talk shit about you. Like, I can't even say half the shit I want to say because niggas don't know I'm talking about. It's pretty bad over there, nigga. Nigga be snapping. He's like, shut up, nigga. I just saw your mother 3 cracks, nigga. Niggas' mothers was getting like, the nigga wasn't lying. It was rude, but what I was saying is that it's very harsh. Like I said, I can't even tell you half the thing on what I'm talking about. But my point being is, basically, when I got kicked out of school,
I couldn't even be around.
they stayed in the house. Not honestly, because we met Kuda, and what happened was Mace Kuda. I don't want to speak for Mace, but Mace was like a great rapper. Kuda knew how to format songs. And Mace ran when he figured it out. Mace started teaching me the shit. But we stayed in this house on 123rd. Well, Mace, you know what I'm saying, I came through like every day, but he was formatting, doing songs every day. Because you can rap, but do not do a song, do not do a hook, do not touch a bars, do not make a melody, etc., etc. So Mace was doing this for like a year straight. And I said this on a show last week. This is when preparation is opportunity. Because he was so prepared that when he went to Atlanta to go try around for JD, he ended up being Puff and everything else. He was the nicest nigga at the party. But people don't realize that that's a year or maybe more of preparation to go down there to be confident enough to say, you can fuck who in this party. What's the nigga name on fucking JD, not JD, but I'm talking about Tracy Lee. Everybody was there. Exactly. So Mace was down to kill, but that's what opportunity means. Preparation. What's the 5 P's?
Proper playing defense,
Poor performance. So that's keep that in mind when you guys are trying to just finagle your way. You can't always
talk your way into an opportunity.
Right. So last thing I said, and I'm going to be long-winded on this, but the last thing I was going to say is that when I came home, and everybody was going back to school, because I originally started talking about me with the money. It's like, yo, we probably would have been finishing sophomore year, about to be juniors, but nigga about to sign a battle. Are we gonna risk going back to school and see if we make the NBA? Nah, I gotta disagree with you. I gotta go. The money was available, so we gotta go with the money. But you're right, niggas didn't want to bust each other ass, but to me, it was always for the money.
Really quick before we end, if NIL would have been available, like the same way it is right now, do you think you guys would have been rappers?
That's a good question.
What do you think, Mason? What did you like more? If the money was the same, the opportunity.
I don't think we'd have been rappers.
I think possibly because we just rap for a hobby anyway. It wasn't like we just said, okay, let's be a rapper and try and get paid with it. We was just doing this shit anyway. It's kind of like that.
We was doing rap the same way we was doing basketball. Be the best.
Yeah, exactly. But not, we never thought being professional, but we wanted to be the best going around battling niggas like. It's kind of like now, like that girl from LSU. She's a rapper. She's on Rock Nation. Flajay. She's a rapper. So you never know, I'm playing the NIL, and then if we didn't go pro, we'd be like, yo, let's take these sponsors over the music.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time that we got. We got a wrap. We went a little long. Let us know in the comments. What did you think about the All-Star Weekend? What would you have done to fix it? Is that even fixable? That's all the time that we have?
Wait, and do y'all agree that the mothers should get the All-Star?
And do you agree that the baby mamas should get the All-Star money? That's the key piece. And was Hot Mike actually a pause? I don't think it was. That's all the time that we have for today. I had an absolute blast.
Yeah, I'll be back, Trish. We appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate you guys. Loved it. Thanks for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Next, like when we doing them 2 for 5.
Jay Prince has a message for both of y'all with your comments after what you guys have to say about his report. He said numbers don't lie, haters do. Let their haters say that he's boring and nobody wants to watch him. Sorry to tell you, it's just a select few of you haters. As you can see, there's proof that he has the #1 ratings in any fight on ESPN this year, the top 3 ratings since 2022. To all of you haters who want to escalate that hate outside of the ring, I'm Shakur's manager and I handle all his business outside of the ring. In other words, Cam and
in regards to their PC efforts. And I think that's one of the reasons they're going to continue their PC ports, and one of the reasons they're going to continue their live service stuff. Because you see the effect of Helldivers 2 on them now, like a year after Helldivers came out, it's still generating that kind of revenue for them on the PC side.
Yeah, the new president wants that. He wants more.
Yes, Hiroki Toki does.
Yeah. That's a fun name to say. Hiroki Toki.
He's going to keep pushing for PC. Yes, you're absolutely right. And when you hit, it works really well even for years later. But when it's not great, like Spider-Man 2, I don't know what happened there. But that is very loud online. It's like, man, this port is not good. Maybe they'll stop doing PC ports.
Yeah, it was a rough port.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something before Last of Us was not a good port when they moved that over, but they eventually cleaned it up with the following release. I don't know what happened there, it's hard to say, but they're going to keep that going. But the thing with this now, the PS5, 75 million units. You launch line with PS4, 1.5 million units behind the PS4. So they're just about back in parity with the PS4 despite, what was it, like a year and a half, 2 years of them just struggling to provide the system to people? There was like a year where people were selling the PS5 online for $1,500 or something because there was no stock.
Fucking scalp orders.
Yeah, it was crazy. So being able to recover from that, and all of this, by the way, before we just talked about GTA 6, but eventually that game's going to come out, and that's going to have a massive effect on PlayStation. You just said it's the default console.
Yes, they're going to sell. Yeah, they're going to sell. That's going to spike. If I'm Sony, I'm trying to do everything in my mind, even if it's the same fucking price as it would be buying separately. I'm trying to do everything in my power to get a bundle of that. Everything in my power. Because you're going to sell so many systems on that game. Nobody's going to buy an Xbox for that.
Like a 5-day early access or something.
I'm not saying nobody, but in comparison to what PlayStation is going to sell with GTA 6, it's going to be fucking night and day.
I have a theory about how we've talked about this, I believe. GTA 6, I think there's going to be 2 versions of technically 2 SKUs. I think one's going to be the single player GTA 6, $70. The whole open, massive world, tons of detail, great. And then I think the multiplayer will be sold separately, and that might be $30, so it's a $100 game technically. But you're right about the bundle. If I was Sony and if I could work that out, I would have the multiplayer bundle in with the PS5.
Or even do it. If you really want to get ballsy and you want to move some pros, like the chat's saying, best place to play GTA 6, PS5 Pro. You don't even necessarily need a bundle with that. If I'm a store, I'm putting them right next to each other. I'm putting them right next to each other. Hey, that's the combo you need, pal. They're going to sell the market for it. We're going to sell a ton of consoles with that.
That's the interesting thing. The PS4 had GTA 5 for a good chunk of its life selling alongside of it. That didn't help because we'd always see GTA 5 in the... Remember it always being like the top 5 something on the sales charts every year, and it's like, why is it still here? And then they eventually tell us, oh yeah, it sold over 200 million copies. This one game. It's like, jeez. So we'll have GTA 6 the second half of this generation where it's already kind of keeping up with the PS4. I think that's what pushes it over the top. And I believe the PS5 is going to outsell the PS4. I think it's going to have that kind of effect.
I mean, that's the power of GTA 6. People have been waiting for this shit.
The thing with this, though, as they mentioned that has Sony coasting now, basically, I don't know if they can coast, because the thing with this report is while they did sell a ton of systems, they the way I think one of the reasons they sold so many systems, and it was obvious when they started cutting down prices. They did some massive discounts for the PS5 when it came to Black Friday, and then they extended that like into December. So there was a point in time when you were getting the PS5 for, I think it was like they knocked it down $75 or so. It got to where it was like $300 something to get a PS5, like brand new. And when they showed their recent report, their operating income was 7%. Like they did a lot of money. They brought in a ton of gross revenue, but then like, oh yeah, here's our actual profit, and it's thin. The margins are thin for them right now.
You can't talk about that with the fanboys though. They don't understand gross versus net. They never took a business class or owned a business or something like that.
Well, if you go through the slides and you look at Sony Music, and then you look at Sony, like their PlayStation Games Network services, it's like the margins were like Sony Music almost 20%. And then you look at like PlayStation Game Services, like 7%. Like they clearly, a lot of the revenue came from those consoles they were selling, 9.5 million, it's quite a few. And the third-party games. So when you have less first-party and you're discounting hardware to move it, you end up with less overall profit in general. Sometimes for some of those, they might have been eating some money on a few of those systems, depending on which region they were selling them for exchange rate. So that's the thing to me is they kind of can't coast now, because if they start coasting, they could actually fall to a point where their margins get even thinner, and it gets.
But you also can't pull things out of your ass or out of thin air. I mean, let's be real. They were banking on a lot of those live service games, and it seems like
you're right.
More starting to drop like flies. Looks like Jade Raymond's completing another successful heist.
It's going to one of their games based on heist. She's completed the next one.
How does she keep getting away with it?
I wonder if people at Sony was watching her pitch for Fair Games about how a bunch of just ragtag people came together and they're just stealing money from all the really rich companies, and they're just looking at her across the table like, hold on a minute.
They thought Concord was going to be the next fucking biggest game in the world.
Hey, Herman Hulst says next Star Wars. Okay? Next Star Wars. What's the funniest part is that the Amazon the secret level episode was better than the whole game. Like, the show was actually good. It was 15 minutes. It was not terrible. Yeah, you're right though about the live service stuff. That's set up back. I think that has something to do with what we're seeing right now. Some of these studios, like man, the one that really hits me, like Blue Point. The fact that they basically reset, I think they're going to the PS6 generation now is tough. Bend is just spiraling. Maybe they'll go back to Days Gone. Maybe they'll try Days Gone too. Maybe they'll get it done. PS6. That's just where we are with these dev cycles right now. Unless your house market can get it done in 5 years. You're probably, even then, if they started last year or 5 years, they're going to end up in 2029. Making that for the PS5? Probably not. No, maybe cross. Maybe they'll do it that way. So the live service stuff set them back. Do you think that has something to do with this, though, Sean? Actually, even like Celia, do you think the idea of all the cross-gen stuff we've seen is one of the other reasons people are looking at the PS5's generation as being a bit softer to start? Like, if God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Forbidden West were all PS5 exclusive titles, no PS4 version, do you think people look at the PS5 generation differently right now?
Yeah, it's like that also for like third-party games releasing on there. If you can get it everywhere, it doesn't make it okay. Have fun. It doesn't make it special anymore. A lot of things that people are angry on the internet about is that you buy a console for the games, and if it's available everywhere, you don't have to buy that console anymore. It gets rid of the reason that you would have it in the first place. So with that, like the PS5 library does feel slim because I can get it everywhere, and I also can get it on my last gen console. It's like, why would I Why would I make the step up if I can play it somewhere else? I don't know. It's like that. But also it's like that for other things because like for example, I always play my Atlas games on my PlayStation 5. That's just how I And since it's on Xbox, I remember we were talking about like PlayStation exclusives, and my brain was I was about to say, well, Atlas, duh, like that's an exclusive. No, it's not. It's on Xbox too and PC and all that good stuff. Some of the games are on Switch, but it's just how we associate things, and that same type of thought process people will relate that to other things as well.
It is pretty funny. I still like even Metal Gear Solid, for example. I still at times associate that to PlayStation, just because back in the day it was like, oh, here's Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1, and oh yeah, here's 2 and 3 on the PS2. So I get what you're saying about the Atlas thing, where you kind of think about certain franchises or companies, and you're like, you immediately think PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo. Ninja Gaiden was one. I immediately associate the 3 Ninja Gaidens to Xbox right away. But I mean, you can even see like Nintendo. Many people, I'm sure, who look at Monster Hunter and think of Nintendo because of all the stuff that we had prior to this with Nintendo and Monster Hunter when they had that on the 3DS. And they poured it into the Wii, Wii U, and everything. Like that was clearly a time where people would look at that. Although I guess even before that, you say PSP. So, Sean, which game right now would you look back on and associate with third-party company? Would you associate with PlayStation right away?
All time?
Yeah, just like right off your head, boom. Like for example, Celia said Atlas. She thought of PlayStation right away. Like, oh, that's Capcom. Capcom is PlayStation for you. Interesting.
Think of how many games they did that were exclusives of PlayStation, especially like PS1, PS2 generation. Bro. All your Resident Evil, except 2, went went Saturn, but much later. And then Dino Crisis. I mean, you can even say Square, too. Squaresoft would be a good one.
Konami was a bit similar, too.
Konami was very good.
Metal Gear moved Sean to PlayStation?
Yeah. I mean, of course.
Okay. It was me. Okay.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it was also Saturn was weird to develop for. N64 was using cartridges, and a lot of companies didn't want to fuck with that. So PlayStation was the default.
Square. Yep. Right. You're right. Square. PlayStation. Yeah, you're right. Even now, play Final Fantasy 16 on PlayStation 5. Rebirth. Makes sense. We'll see. I guess the release dates for some of these games, right, Sean? Fair Games next year, apparently. We'll see how that goes.
Just cancel it. Give her bag and let her ride off into the sunset.
And we'll see with Ghost Yote and Death Stranding 2. I think we're going to get the Death Stranding 2 release date, by the way. I think that's coming out before Ghost Yote. I think we're going to get the release date for that at South by Southwest, because Kojima's doing a show there, or an event, like a panel. So I assume he's going to sit up there and show a bunch of cards and say Kojima game on it, and then eventually get the release date. So keep an eye on that one. That's first week of March, I think. Okay. Let's go over to this Nintendo Direct situation.
What about some super chats?
I will go through the super chats. Let's do that. Mark says, since some people are not liking the trailers for Until Dawn, they say that this is not Until Dawn. Do you think studios should try making movies more interactive like the game? Most theaters are digital.
I think they just didn't make the fucking movie for every video game franchise. Until Dawn is a movie.
I thought they tried that at one point with theaters that had like a button pad. Maybe that was just like a Disney or something.
That's funny.
Okay, wait. Like, what are they imagining from this? Is this like Shrek 4D, where they like spray you and like all those things? Like,
no, I think they're trying. I think No, I think they want it to be more like the audience makes the decision. Like before there was like a Disney or Universal Studios ride that had a movie that sort of like pick your own adventure.
Well, nowadays everyone has like could walk in with a phone and like sync it up, I guess, or like connect it and do that.
But this was the thing. Netflix did it, right? Jabberwocky. The movie?
There's actually WWE did it on Netflix as well with the New Day. It's you're trying to escape from Undertaker's hidden mansion or haunted mansion, and you control. It's a choose your own adventure movie.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess I'd work out a bit. I mean,
do the stage shows like Terminator and fucking Universal. That shit kicks ass. Beetlejuice or Indiana Jones. I remember when Indiana Jones and Tanner went there. I thought Steve was Indiana Jones. DJ. It wasn't.
Liza Phil says, small way PlayStation tax, not pointing out the leaked anti-PlayStation smear campaign by Xbox journalists and bad journalistic integrity.
Liza Phil, I like you, but I disagree with that. I don't think that's a thing. I think simply pointing out that Xbox is putting more games on PlayStation has nothing to do with a smear campaign. I think it's having to do with a factual thing. Gaming journalists make a lot of fucking bullshit, but I don't think this is one of those bullshit situations. And that's kind of a problem that happens with this, is then all of a sudden everything is bullshit. You gotta give credit where it's due. I personally don't see it as that. I just see it as an actual thing.
Yeah, and you'll see more games from Microsoft this year on PlayStation, as people have kind of alluded to. So I think it'll be a lot. Learn move quite a bit over. Let's see. Zach says John RC said he would be in a Street Fight. Thoughts? Well, Street Fighter, probably Street Fighter 2.
No, but is it like restricted to fists, or are you like breaking bottles over bars and like trying to shoot?
Yes, I said the way I positioned it was, if it's an actual street fight, like no rules, like survival. Yeah,
I think Baltimore me would win. I used to carry a knife the length of my arm around. It was great.
Like a sanctioned boxing match, because John would actually train for that. I'm not fucking proud to show up.
I'm just gonna get off the couch and show up in the arena.
I got a fighter's punch, dog. That's all I need. But like yeah, an actual
Sean would like throw sand and fight.
Yeah, I was like, Sean's gonna bring weapons because you might die. Sean
I'm pretty sure I said something along the lines of like stab you with a glass shard on the ground and kick you in the nuts. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, Sean would take himself out to like get rid of me. He'd like dive through me off the cliff or something.
Well, see,
Leaning out on the floor, opens his coat, just dynamite. You're like, what the hell?
In the fights that I've been in, I always black out. Like, I get that adrenaline rush, and like I don't remember things. And then like I just kind of come to like a few minutes later.
Mouth filled with blood and flesh. Like, not again.
This is Casual Gamer says no OJ. Shake my head. Celia, have you tried turning it on and off?
You know, that's a great suggestion. I'll try that next time. I did though. Unplugging it and then plugging it back in. It just didn't work. We'll figure it out eventually soon. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Maybe though. Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
VGM. How do you pronounce the first one? Kuramami? VGM? Thank you. Long time viewer, first time chat. Thanks for all the content. Celia, I do video game music content and got MNG mixed to the New York Shovel Knight concert. Wow.
Yeah,
I'll be there. High five.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. For anyone who wants context, the Shovel Knight concert is happening. The New York show is next week, actually, on February 22nd. And the LA showing is on March 30th. For more information, visit shovelknightconcert.com. But yeah, I'll be there. I'll be hanging out. I'll be talking on stage. It'll be real cool. I hope you enjoy it. The stage, everything's looking really great. I just finished editing all the gameplay footage. It's a lot of gameplay footage. That's being played in the background. So it'll be really cool.
Guy's gonna run up with his hand on security.
Yeah, probably. But no, there's a meet and greet after. Like, if you upgrade to the VIP, like, you get to talk to us and stuff, and we all hang out, and it'll be fun.
Dark says, hi everyone, been a while, hope everyone's good, with the Switch 2 coming very soon. What are you most excited for in the next Nintendo generation?
Disappointment.
No, I'm interested in their library, because I think you know, post Tears of the Kingdom has been a bit soft for bigger titles, so I want to see what they've been cooking up. They got up their sleeve with it.
You said games. I'll say the overall OS and maybe some of the weird Nintendo things they can do, because the Switch current one's pretty plain, I guess. Just curious if they try anything weird with it. I mean, it's a very basic setup, which is fine because you get to your game quickly. But I don't know, that'd be fun to see Nintendo go, hey, we have more RAM now or whatever. We don't have as many limitations. Let's do something quirky or weird. Bossman says, hope Shinobi does well. Maybe a AAA sequel.
But how would that be? Because really,
the PS2 3D game was good, so they could bring it up. Well, not remake it, but new era.
Casual Noob says, do we need to make Xbox #1 to get PlayStation making games again?
Nah, I don't think. I don't think you'll ever make Xbox #1.
Minnesota likes no Click R3 or Ryan on Spawncast after State of Play.
Get him.
Click R3 is coming up. It's on the way to a couple days.
Next week, when nobody cares about the State of Play.
Oh. Jazz Jefferson says, Digimon Storytime Stranger is the best announcement of the show. See? Glad to see it finally got revealed and happy to see it get significant spotlight. There you go. Back up Celia.
He's a weapon wheel person.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Jazz Jefferson. 50 to 80 says, I'll miss the console wars. All we got was apathy and complacency. PC and Switch only for me moving forward.
Hey, nothing wrong with it, pal.
4K says, is Days Gone remastered getting a physical PS5 disc? They did for Horizon. To my understanding, it is not getting a physical copy. That's what's going around right now. So.
Josh from Limited Run. Doing the part with that shit.
That could happen, yeah. Maybe Limited Run does it.
2028.
Elliot says, Up Tides Illumination. Yep, heavily inspired by 2016. Jessica says, will LG Z3 be good for PS5? That's a good question. Sean has that LG right over there. Check the Z3 real quick, Sean. I'm actually curious what they have for that.
Okay. It's $10,000 for the 77 8K. I think you'll be all right, Jessica. What's up? How you doing? You got money like that? What's up, bro?
Sean streams every now and then. He's got his own podcast.
Yeah, you got a podcast, RGT85 staff. Hang out.
Sounds. That sounds like that's a TV for the PS5 Pro. If you had to pick one of them. If it's 8K, there's some games like that. There you go.
Definitely that's the GTA. Yep.
Why does sports bring people together like nothing else?
Because we all root for one common goal. That's like one of the only times in life where black, white, purple, brown, pink.
We throw religion, we throw orientation, we throw all that out the window.
Root for one common goal. A Super Bowl. That bring everybody together.
Right.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, Hustle paid the price. Want a slice? Got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Yeah. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice? Got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharp. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay Shay. Stopping by for conversation on the drink today is a larger-than-life personality. He's made a name for himself as a rapper and now a media personality. One of hip-hop's most captivating talents. A respected artist, MC, songwriter, host, actor, social media influencer, philanthropist. He's a shrewd businessman, a cultural icon, an unmatched force in his community, a prominent figure in the world of hip-hop, sport, and entertainment. He puts on for his city with passion, a pioneer in the Philadelphia rap culture, a Philly legend, a die-hard Eagles fan, a loving father and a husband. From the city of brotherly love, he goes by the name sometimes of Damon Gillard, Shay Gill, Manu Ginobili, Shay Gill O'Neal, Michael Gill Jordan. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Long, Gilly the Kid.
Hey, I'll tell you what, whoever wrote that, whoever put that shit together right there, that's a BMF bad motherfucker, man. Yeah.
Gilly.
Yes.
Well, thanks for joining us, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, he been on one from the time he stepped in. Let's told this, hey, bro, from what you've been able to accomplish with $1 million with the game, with your boy, cousin Wallow, man, thank you. Giving us hope, giving us inspiration, because I saw you guys do it. I said, hey, I can do it too.
And you're doing it. Shit, you did it. Done it, still doing it.
We're gonna leave you about that because you don't want to turn up. You don't want to turn up. Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, that's smooth. There wasn't none of that.
No. Gilly, I'm gonna give you fair warning. We are recording this before the game.
Yes.
It's Saturday, the game is Sunday. This is going to air Wednesday. So boy, I sure hope y'all do that thing, because if you don't, they're gonna tear you up in the comments.
Yeah, but you know, you saying it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if my sister had a penis, she would have been my brother. Fortunately, she's my sister.
All right, so check this out. The Eagles are undefeated. You run out of the tunnel with the team.
Yes, they are.
Are you running out?
I haven't gotten that call.
You ain't got that call yet?
No, I ain't get that call.
When you first ran out the tunnel and you're bringing the team out and 70,000 fans and you feel that rush, how did it come about? How did that happen? And what is that rush like when you run out there with that team, with the team?
Well, you know, like a lot of people just really getting on, but to me. But if you, last year when we was in the playoffs, we wasn't playing that good. I got the call from the team to come down to the locker room last year. It's all over the internet where I went down last year and talked to the team before the playoffs.
Okay.
So I have a relationship with the Eagles, with Nick Sirianni, best coach in the league, with Jeffrey Lurie. Shout out to Jeffrey, his son, the whole family, the best owner in the league. Shout out to Howie Roseman, the best GM in the league, and Big Dom.
Right.
Big Dom's my guy. So when I was doing what I was doing all year with my Philly on Sports live stream, and they just kept winning, and every week they had to see me dance, Big Dom figured who else is better to bring him out the tunnel than Gilly.
What does that mean? You're born, you're raised in Philly. What does that mean for a Philly kid to bring the hometown team out of the tunnel and have all those fans cheering?
I mean, it means everything to me because, you know, since I can remember in my life, I only missed 3 Eagle games.
Really?
Yeah, one of them was a blackout game. We didn't sell enough tickets, and 2 of the games I was in the Dominican Republic with Vin Grames filming a movie.
Okay.
So, to me, it's like, you know, we come from a poor city, man, but the Eagles win, the morale in the city is better. When the Eagles lose, the morale is down. You think about all your problems, there's no escape. The Eagles is an escape, you know what I mean? So when I ran out the tunnel with them, and the funniest shit is, I run out the tunnel, and I drop down to the ground. I start doing the Brian Dawkins.
You hit the Wolverine on him?
Yeah, I hit the Wolverine on him. Like, I get up, let's go! I run to the front of the line. They're about to announce the players now. And I'm with, you know, some of the players that run out first. And I turn around, I look at Kenny Gainwell, and the tears come down my face. And I say, I love this shit. And Kenny looked at me like, you know you not playing.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
You not playing. What the you do? And then they announced the players about them. All the players running out. Then we run over to the sideline and the national anthem is playing. And that shit's balling down my face. To the point they got to the end of the song and I just had to have a conversation with myself. I said, what the are you doing? Get it together. You not fucking.
You got caught up in the emotion like that?
You about to go to up in a suite. You not tackling nobody. You not getting no receptions. Chill out. And I just had to wipe my face and be like, in my mind, I'm just talking to myself. I'm like, you're tripping.
All season long, for the game you play cameos, Candy before the game.
Yes.
After the game, blow the whistle, Too Short.
Yeah.
How did you? I mean, were you a Cameo fan or Too Short fan? How do you come up with the songs that you started with? Candy by Cameo, Blow the Whistle, Too Short at the end.
Well, Blow the Whistle has always been one of my favorites.
That's your anthem.
Yes, that's just a song. It's a great vibe. And I picked Just Like Candy because I was letting the other teams know y'all sweet. You know what I mean? So whoever we playing that week, the Giants, just like Candy. I'll see it in your wow. Y'all sweet. We gonna whoop y'all ass this week.
Okay.
And that's how that started off. So, tomorrow would be first thing in the morning, Kansas City Chiefs. Just like Candy. Yeah, we got something for y'all.
But you dancing electric slide, the cha-cha. So, I mean, what's going on when you doing this and you getting in because it seems like that's your routine, like athletes, we have a routine that we go through, right. And we feel that if we go through this routine, everything's gonna be okay. Right. Do you feel like if you don't do that routine, everything to the T, something might go wrong with you?
Right, hell yeah. Even my broom guy that flew out, bring that broom. Don't bring no other brooms.
So you just couldn't buy a broom down here?
I can't. Why would we do that when we undefeated with him walking out with that broom? You better bring that dirty little broom you got from the house. That's coming to the Super Bowl with us.
Well, hit your slide. Let me see your slide. What you got?
Wait. First thing first is from here, right?
Yeah, you can.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you break it down. And then it's from here. This is an old school dance called the E-Matic in Philly.
Right.
Right, you used to see Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
You bring it together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Then you cross. And then you cross and get it right to the Conor McGregor. Hey. So
what if you saw, let's say for the sake of argument.
Yes.
A.J. Brown scores a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And he hits that.
He's an all-time legend. He's going down in the all-time Hall of Fame of legends.
I saw where you say ending racism in Philly when you're a neighbor. Jake Broomman Swain is in your videos. Mm-hmm. So how long have you known Jake?
Well, we moved into the neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that's our studio.
Oh, okay.
That's like our office where we work out as a content house. So when we first moved in, Jake used to sit on the porch, older guy, so, it would just be like, keep it moving. And
so he was like the mayor and Do the Right Thing.
Yeah,
you remember the mayor?
Yeah. He just sit on.
Okay.
So, I'm pulling up in different cars. I might be in my 1941 one day. I might be in my 74 Chevy. I might be in my 89 Chevy. I might be in a Beamer. I might be in a BMW truck. Barlow's in a Lamborghini. He's in a Porsche. He's in his Maybach. He in his 63 Benz. He in his Denali truck. In the course of a month, he's seen us pull up in like 12 different cars. So one day, and then we get packages delivered every day from different sponsors. Mm-hmm. So one day I'm sitting there and I said to myself, cuz, if I was a neighbor on this block, I would think we was fucking selling drugs.
Yeah.
So I said, let me go introduce.
You let this happen. You just had to defend. That's all you had to do.
introduce myself to, because when we pull up, we see them. They out there like, what's going on? They come here every day in different cars and just chill.
It don't say anything to nobody.
Right. So I want to introduce myself. No, this is who I am. And I said, because I probably figured you guys probably thought we were selling drugs. And Jake said, we definitely thought you guys were selling drugs. So when Jake at 75 said that,
right?
Oh, you my guy. You're my